Okay, hello. Welcome to my sixth flight review, where today we are working on primarily some kind of maneuvers and just mainly being on the pattern takeoff and landing. I made a lot of adjustments to my audio to kind of get rid of these whistling noises, but I think it got a lot better. But it's still there. But whatever.
Up to 46, make straight in for the base tower landing there over at your own risk, 126015, Channel altimeter 2973.
2973, straight in.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but over to our left is this massive Chinook helicopter that's over there fighting that big ass forest fire to the edge. You can see it, and when you're next to it, not I wish the GoPro kind of depicted it a little bit better, but that is a massive, massive helicopter.
He's heading to that fire over there. Yeah. 1,000 feet to go.
Tower Tiger 47, do you want to switch to Corona?
Holy shit, man.
Tower Tiger 47, traffic 12 o'clock, about 2 miles eastbound, south of Corona, 1,500 indicated. Frequency change approved. 47, roger, switches, thanks.
Alright, let's do some slow flight. Alright, slow flight.
Just a quick coverage of getting into slow flight, which involves cutting power down to 1700, 1800 RPM and applying flaps as your airspeed drops, then putting your power back up and adjusting your pitch to maintain your altitude at, for this plane, it's 60 miles an hour, or 60 knots? Miles an hour? Knots per hour? Yeah.
Same consistent. Alright, let's do the left turn 060.
Compared to the week prior, it was definitely a lot better. Applying the flaps at a slightly faster rate than I was previously definitely helped keep my altitude loss to a minimum. Now in this slow turn, because you will be losing altitude, you kind of add a little bit of power here to maintain that 3,500.
Right there. Alright, let's descend down to 3,400. 3,400. There you go. Fill out the nose, not too much, because look at that airspeed. Okay?
Yeah, I think so far so good. And this audio so far sounds pretty good as well. Before anytime we're not speaking on the comms, the little recorder that I purchased would look for something to record and turn the gains up, which would kind of show a lot of like this hissing noise and whistling, and I got to kind of eliminate a lot of it, though I still like hearing the engine noise in the back. That's why I didn't remove it completely. I don't want us to be sitting in silence.
Alright, looks good. Let's transition to a power off stall. Power off stall. Hips are already set up for it. We just need to do it. Okay. Power idle. Alright. Okay, wings level, nose straight. Let's pull it back. Alright. So you see the nose come up, you can kind of look at it now. A little bit left rudder. There it is, not too much. There it is. Okay. Remember, just a little bit slower at the throttle.
Yeah, 85 Romeo had kind of something funky going on with the throttle. I'm pretty sure it comes down to if you apply too much power too fast, then you overpower the carburetor, making it stumble. So getting used to applying a slight delay, kind of applying the power smoother than Juliet, the other plane, definitely took a bit to get used to, but still something you have to get used to no matter what.
Okay. Initiating full Looking good.
Definitely much better at these. I had this habit of pushing the yoke down too much and causing the plane to just dive down towards the ground. So I only lost about 150 feet there compared to the 300 or 400 feet I was using before, which not really something you want to do when these are supposed to happen. Not supposed to happen. These are most likely to happen during landing when you're only like 600 to 1,000 feet above AGL. Here is the steep turns, which definitely got a lot easier with a non-NOP attitude indicator, because I totally think I was making my steep turn steeper than what 45 degrees actually is, but still a cool little shot right here.
Hey, don't let that airplane climb. There you go. It's going to want a balloon at the end of that turn. Did you have to push it down? Yeah, a bit. Yep. All right. Good job. Those are pretty much perfect. You ready to go head back to Chino, do some landings? Sure. All right, let's go out towards the 15 freeway. Copy.
And here we go. Let the shite show begin. And we'll be doing, I believe we did 8 touch and goes for this day, and really working on landing, which this is the first one, and I thought this one went okay, and then it just kind of deteriorated from there. It just turned more and more crappy. But damn, it's I need to just take all this in and learn from it. I need to find out what I need to work on and proceed diligently.
Okay, now we're all set up. I'm just like slow flight. Alright, keep that nose pointed down. Get that speed up a little bit. A little bit slow.
Back number 2, flying Cherokee short final, runway 26 left, clear for the option.
Oh, inside Cherokee, 43 Quebec, number 226 left.
Okay, get lined up with the runway.
Try to add 0 Lima uniform, runway 26 right, clear to land.
26 right, clear to land, 30 Lima uniform.
Alright, landing up, assured. Idle. Static coming down. Okay, there you go. Just ride the ground effect until it runs out of energy. Alright. Lots up.
So what he said there about letting it run out of energy is something that's going to become very apparent real soon, because I'm pretty sure in my desperation to get the wheels on the ground, I was not letting the plane ride that until it lost its airspeed. And I had these issues of basically bouncing. Like once I touch the ground, it's back up. And it's something I didn't expect to happen, but I definitely need to work on. I think it happened 2 or 3 times on this day. And yeah, it's kind of was bad for my self-esteem. I definitely, was beating myself up about it. My instructor was super nice, and kind of, he knows what's happening. He knows that was bad, but he also doesn't want to let you feel more anxious than you already are. So of course, a lot of that is going to be words of encouragement to kind of bring you back to, calm yourself down and, recover. That's what they're there for.
Clear for the option.
Option 26 left, 46 right.
Idle.
Roger 07 Foxtrot, runway 26 right, clear to land.
Keep the nose straight.
Runway 26 right, clear to land, 07 Foxtrot.
Balloony, come on, bro. Flaps up. runway inside at all times. So if we ever can't see the runway because the nose is in the way, that means we're 2 nose high. Okay. Okay.
All your left turn, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
Your car left turn, 26 right, clear for takeoff. King Air 43 uniform.
Inner Tower, Twin Cessna 777, Victor Foxtrot, inbound for landing with whiskey.
So that's the 777 Victor Foxtrot.
I think today was definitely, or sorry, not today. That day was definitely a gusty day, which is normal for where actually this airport is logistically, but it can't be an excuse. You will be, in the future, I will be not flying in just smooth and calm weather. So I'm pretty sure the more I can experience this, the more I can not be scared about it or not mess me up. And I just watched myself just have another shit effing landing.
Yep. And put it on the main wheels. That's it. Other than that, it's gonna be perfect.
I remember this being the worst of the day. This was just, oh my god, that's so difficult to watch this. Watch this.
Level off right here. Okay, we're in the air. Oh shit. Alright, flaps up.
Yeah, so that definitely was the worst one of the day. However, we got to switch controls, and we are now watching my instructor go ahead and do a quick demonstration, which I am always open to because it is a great learning opportunity. On the bottom left, here is a more stable view because my head keeps shifting left and right. Kind of don't know why.
Alright, in the crosswind, I'll roll wings left.
Ground.
Go 1, 2, 3 seconds, left turn. Alright, coming up to 1400 still. Roll to level.
458 Papa Charlie, Chanter, you on?
Parallel down the runway.
Hey, Papa Charlie, stand by for this Cessna here, we'll get you going.
Okay, well, I'm looking for that needle to pass the 4. Okay, once it does, I'll put the nose on the horizon, level off. Alright.
Cherokee 85, runway traffic will depart prior to arrival, citation, runway 26 left, clear for the option.
Traffic inside 26 left with the option range for the mirror. Alright, make sure it's nice and trim, like autopilot. Alright. In the meantime, I'm cleared for the option, citation in sight, holding short the runway. Okay. And then I'll do my before landing checklist, gumps or BC gumps, boost pump on, carburetor heat off. Got fullest tank, yeah, red tank, so the fullest undercarriage water mixture forward, pump ports, spots on. I just want to get in the habit of using that every time. Yeah.
Indeed. So one of the things that I do want to get used to, I need to get used to, is being able to run through the pre-landing checklist kind of off the top of my head, get a habit of that, which is BC gumps, because when you're in the pattern and you're also talking to ATC, running through a checklist, it gets pretty distracting. So we're going to do BC gumps, which is boost pump, fuel pump on. We have our carb heat off, or depending on the situation, and we have our gas to fullest tank, undercarriage, doesn't matter because it's fixed, and our gas mixture to full, unless, I don't know, you're in the Alps or some high altitude place, and propeller, which we have a fixed prop, doesn't matter. And last one is kind of make sure our seatbelts are on, and we have our landing lights working.
Cessna 530, traffic departing prior travel citation, runway 26 left, clear for the option.
Looking for traffic, 26 left, clear for the option 520.
Okay, so if I run on 26 left, I'd put my second notch of flaps in right now. But this runway's a little bit further down. Yeah. So I'm going to wait a second. Right about here is okay. Second notch of flaps. I'm okay with being fast. Okay.
So one of the biggest kind of takeaways from this demonstration that I saw is that I had the habit of micromanaging the flight surfaces a little too much. I kind of try to compensate for every small little gust, everything, and it may have been the leading cause of why the plane was so much more unstable than it was. We're flying in the same conditions. They didn't change, but if you look at his yoke manipulation, it's he's kind of letting it happen. There's barely any compensation happening, and it led to a much smoother approach. So this is my biggest kind of takeaway from this, and I'm applying it as much as I can.
Here, idle. Let it come down. I just want to level off right here. Just ride the ground effect all the way down and down the runway. Okay. We're getting super slow right here. Just trying to plop it on the main wheels right there. Okay. See that? Yeah.
That was good. That was amazing. Here is a quick little shot of just the comparison. Like, this is my previous landing before his demonstration up at top. Right in the bottom is him when he has controls, and you can see how much more violent I'm controlling the plane. I'm making a bunch of small little adjustments, and he's not really moving. So that is a big difference comparing top screen to bottom. And yeah, so now let's go ahead and switch over to after his demonstration. And I'm kind of learning that, hey, I don't need to flick the plane around, and I can trust the plane more in being a stable device. So this was the landing after his demonstration, where you can see it got a lot better. I'm not moving the yoke as much, trying to micromanage the flight surfaces, which did lead to a drastic improvement in my landings, in my approaches. All right, we are back. Now this is that same landing from the second comparison, but with a head view, because I like this a lot better.
Idle here. Keep it over the runway. Okay, look down the runway as far as you can. There you go, a little bit back pressure. Okay, pretty good. It's on the main wheels first, that's all that matters. Up, up. Okay, BT go. Boost pump is on. Gas is still at fullest tank. Make sure you set your power so we don't continue climbing. Just pull it back a little bit. There you go, right here, perfect. Alright, continue. Mixer full rich, propeller, we have carbon heat off, and we're good. Alright, awesome. Good. It's okay that we're high, this is fine. Plenty of runway.
Left 530, number 2, power check, your short final, runway 26 left, clear for the option.
Alright, number 2, 26 left, clear for the option, 530.
Okay, reduce the power a little bit. Power. Idle, there you go. Pitch it up. Okay, just level it out right here. A little bit of back pressure, a little bit. Okay, just a little bit needed at the end. Alright, take a second to think. There you go, and we go full power now. Plenty of time.
Yeah, it's just gone much better. This one, I believe, is my best from that day. After everything, just perfect. Not perfect, but You know what I'm talking about. This a lot. The approach was a lot smoother. The round out, not the flare, but to leveling off and riding that ground effect was much better. And I can definitely celebrate about this one.
A little bit of back pressure, just a little bit. All right, just ride it out, ride it out. All right.
The option.
Oh, that was the best so far. That's right. Good job, man. That was perfect.
So yeah, there you go. Just you guys in 8 landings, just a couple tweaks, and they're perfect. And they became perfect from that day on.
Oh, no, I bounced.
Mother fuck. No. God damn it.
Last landing would have been the best one if we didn't bounce it, but
Yeah, I agree.
we'll get better and better.